Hi, fifth grade. It's Mrs. Gerard. I'm just going to help you out today with Reteaching 7-6. This is called dividing a decimal by a whole number. So today I'm going to do number 1 and number 4 for you. Okay? Now I'm going to do mine on separate paper so I can write bigger so you can see it. And you'll want to show your work on separate paper as well. So number 1 is 6.3 divided by 14. So I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to write Reteaching 7-6. This is number 1 on the worksheet. And the problem is 6.3 divided by 14. Today I'm going to teach algorithm. So you're going to really need to tap into your multiplication facts and skills for this and your mental math. A multiplication chart is very helpful today. Okay? So the first thing you want to do is bring this decimal straight up to its new home right there in your answer. You just bring it right up from where it already is. You don't need to move it around. Then you say to yourself, how many times can 14 go into 6? Well, as you know, it can't. So we put a 0 and we multiply. 0 times 14 is 0. 6 minus 0 is 6. And we bring down the 3. Now our new problem is asking, how many times can 14 go into 63? Okay? 14 can go into 63 4 times without going over. 4 times 4 is 16. Carry the 1. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5. Subtract. We cannot take 6 from 3, so we borrow. And this becomes a 13. 13 minus 6 is 7. 5 minus 5 is 0. Well, it looks like we still have a remainder here. So 14, we know it cannot go into 7, but here's a little trick we're allowed to do. We're allowed to add a 0 here and bring it down. This 0 does not change the value of 6.3. So we're allowed to add as many zeros here as we want to make the division a little easier. 14 can go into 70 5 times. 5 times 4 is 20. Put down the 0, carry the 2. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7. Subtract. You have 0 remainder. And your answer is 45 hundredths. Okay, now let's move on to number 4, which is written in a different format from number 1. 123 and 8 hundredths divided by 34. So I'm going to write that underneath. And I'm going to write it in this algorithm form. So my 34 goes on the outside of the bracket. And 123 and 8 hundredths goes on the inside. This is my dividend. This is my divisor. And the answer we get is called a quotient. Little review there for you. Okay, so now you bring your decimal straight up from where it is. There's its new home, and it does not move from there. 34 cannot go into 1, so we go to the next digit. 34 cannot go into 12, so we go to the next digit. 34 can actually go into 123. And it can go in there 3 times without going over. 3 times 4 is 12. Carry the 1. 3 times 3 is 9. Plus 1 is 10. Subtract. 3 minus 2 is 1. 2 minus 0 is 2. Bring down the 0. 34 can go into 210 6 times without going over. 6 times 4 is 24. Carry the 2. 6 times 3 is 18, plus 2 is 20. Subtract. Since we can't take 4 from 0, we're going to borrow and make it a 10. 10 minus 4 is 6. Bring down the 8. 34 can go into 68 2 times without going over. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 3 is 6. Subtract. Remainder 0. So our answer is 3 62 hundredths. I hope that helps you. I know it's going to take some practice. Remember, you can always check your answer by multiplying or using a calculator to check your answer. Here's how you'll do that. When you're all done dividing and you get a quotient, you can take this quotient times the divisor, and you should get this. I'll say that again. To check your answer with a calculator, you would take your quotient or answer times the divisor, and you should get the dividend. I hope this helps, and I'll make another video for practice 7-6. Talk to you guys soon. Miss you. Bye.